Alright, welcome to the Tribulation, day 186. It's November 17th out here in San Jose, California. It's an overcast day. It's cold. It's getting colder. There's a storm blowing in for tomorrow. It's going to be raining. And the world continues to spiral downwards into chaos. You know, right now the global economic meltdown is, weeks, days, months at best away. You know, I think we're in this 6-month window, but I think it's shorter than that. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if things collapse right at the end of the year or at the beginning of 2012. You know, here in America, we've got the Disarm America booby trap that's going to go off in about 6 days. That was the, the ceiling debt legislation that both the Republicans and Democrats and our President Obama passed this summer. Rather than actually creating a budget and solving anything, they created a super committee, which most people think is just a stupid committee. And they're 6 days away, and they're still arguing, and there seems to be no compromise and no solutions. So the U.S. economy is teetering on the brink. The European economy is teetering on the brink, is on the verge of collapse. And, they're saying it's going to be worse than 2008. You know, somebody's got to bail out somebody, but I'll tell you the dirty little secret, there's no bailing out anything. You know, all there is devaluing money and the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. You know, the Occupy Wall Street crowd, you know, they're kind of hitting the wall, you know, about 2 months in on their protest. And, if you ask me, most of the protest is out of the protest. Now they're really looking at how to go to the next step, which is basically rioting and mobbing. You know, mobbing banks, mobbing neighborhoods, mobbing businesses, and the Occupy Wall Street people, even though I can kind of sympathize with the 99%, I just know there's sinister forces aligned and steering that whole organization, and the sinister forces just want chaos. They want the system to crumble, because out of chaos will come the New World Order. Out of chaos will come the one world government. Out of chaos will come the president of the world, the Antichrist. But all of that, basically is looming right in front of us, and if you watch the financial news, you constantly get, kind of good pieces of news like, Christmas spending is up, or unemployment is down, 5,000 jobs, but, all of that is just smoke and mirrors, because, ultimately jobs are still disappearing. We're all being manipulated by the powers that be, the oil economy, and that is what's going to steer us into the next World War. And the price of oil is kind of shooting through the roof. I think today the stock market went down a couple hundred points. Just nothing's looking good. And once again, it's all about getting straight in your head what it is you value, and it's also looking at where you want your money to be, if there's even a safe place for money to be. Around the world, the Earth-type changes continue. The sun still does interesting things, between sunspots and dark filaments and, CMEs. Around the globe, a lot of volcanoes are springing to life. The earthquakes continue around the world. The extreme weather, back in America, we had a bunch of tornadoes and crazy extreme storms across the east yesterday. And we got a huge cold spell getting ready to drop down from Alaska, which I think is going to, be colder than most people can even realize. And, with the earthquakes, they just can keep continuing. And, if you're looking at, the earthquakes, there's been, several patterns that people have kind of found, the 188-day pattern, the 42-week pattern. But, when you think about it, it's not that unusual that when you look at earthquakes that you see, some kind of a pattern forming, because, life itself, the universe is, follows a pattern or has a pulse or a beat or a rhythm. So, I don't know if they actually mean anything or lead to anything, but other than the fact that, these earthquakes are occurring with unusual, highly unusual regularity, and they're getting stronger and they're getting more often. On the nuclear front, we still got Fukushima, which is a complete mess. Japan, their whole economy is getting ready to, crash. And, that's kind of the thought of the day, is Japan is on the precipice. So how their society handles it, we'll have to see. But if energy prices go up, they've got no nuclear power now, so they're totally dependent on oil. Their debt is through the roof, so their whole economy is on the precipice, just due to the earthquake. And they're still having more earthquakes and more storms. So, they're like that close to going over. But truth be told, the whole world, we're getting closer and closer to the precipice, the point of going over the cliff, the point of no return, the point that it all crashes down, and chaos. And out of chaos will come the New World Order. In the Middle East, things are a complete mess. Iran is moving full steam ahead with their plans, for nuclear weapons. Israel is making their plans to, take their own initiative to attack Iran. And even here in America, the drums of war are beating. Of course, Obama, you ain't got nothing to worry about Obama, starting a war. He already started his one war, Libya, and I guess that kind of turned out all right as far as somehow Gaddafi got killed. But, in the long run, I don't know if things are all right, because, if we're not in there controlling things now, we've kind of left Libya to where the Muslim Brotherhood and the radical Islamic world can take over Libya, which I don't see it being in the best interest of the United States. So that's Obama's foreign policy, which is, lead by following and, showing force through weakness. And of course, now he's withdrawing all of our troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. It doesn't matter that everything over there is completely bonkers and that Syria is a huge hotspot and hundreds of people are being killed every day. It doesn't matter that the Palestinians and the Israelis are fighting over the Gaza Strip and it looks to be intensifying. No, Obama said the wars are over, so he's pulling out all the troops. Oh, except for the fact he just, signed a brand new deal where he's going to put troops over in Australia. Brilliant. When I think of the world and all the shit going on in the world, I think, yeah, that's the one place we really need U.S. troops, in Australia. And then, we got the liberal media telling us that somehow it's some kind of a deterrent or message to China. Right. Just how stupid do you think we all are? MSNBC, that's the channel for retards. If you're believing anything that they're showing on MSNBC, you're retarded. That's all there is to that. And, all the other channels got propaganda and misinformation, including even Fox. But MSNBC, that's the worst of the worst. If you've got an IQ of about, 4, that might be your channel, because they just literally make up stuff, and they are just so biased. Last night I was watching them, and they're calling all the Republican candidates clowns, but it's like, hey, what about your president, Obama, the clown? How come you never use that word with him? But, we all know what's going on. But, Obama's brilliant plan is to put 2,500 troops in Australia. And I don't know what the cost of that is, but I don't know why in the hell we're paying for that. So that's the crazy world we're living in. And, you know, every day here in America, our society is once again on the precipice. And, you know, there's still probably 50% of us that have jobs and that are kind of hanging in there and trying to think that life is okay. And that, you know, those of us that are saying that life is going to hell, that we're overreacting and that brighter days are ahead. But you know what? Going over the precipice, those other 50% are going to join the 99%, which actually isn't 99%. It's more like 20% of us are in the gutter. You know, so pretty soon, you know, there was an old Crocus song, you know, it said, out of the palace and into the ditch. You know, well, we're all going to be in the ditch. You know, Obama said he got the car out of the ditch. Yeah, right. So, you know, 2011 is kind of drawing to an end. You know, I've been doing my pick up extra dog poop every day program all year long, trying to make a difference in the world, and I don't know if it's actually making a difference. There seems to be more dog shit down at that park than ever. So, you know what, next year, 2012, I may have to just go the opposite way and say, you know what, I'm not picking up any more dog crap, you know. I'm doing, you know, Occupy the Park with Dog Crap movement. You know, that'll be what I'm doing in 2012. And as crazy as 2011 is, you know, hold on to your hats, because 2012, you know, is going to intensify even more. Earth changes, economic changes, political changes. It's all coming. All right, go out there, get your tribulation on. Keep your head up, think positive. There's a lot of us out there trying to survive. All right, keep on rocking. Peace out.